Okay, gun to my head, if I had to tell you the story of Dandadan in one sentence, I don't think you'd want to watch this show. But I promise you, it's good. I'm going to tell you what it's about, but you have to promise me that you will listen to me when I tell you why it's worth your time and attention. Okay? Deal? Okay, one sentence. Dandadan is about two kids fighting aliens and ghosts to get their genitals back. We made a pact. You have to hear me out. You have to. We made a deal. Here's the deal, all right? Dandadan is the next biggest anime to come out of Shonen Jump magazine and has been getting nothing but love, especially after bringing in over $1 million in the US box office after the 3 episodes were released in theaters last weekend. I couldn't watch it in theaters, unfortunately, because I found a tunnel in my backyard, started digging down, and ended up in Spain, and kept digging until I hit a lot of water, and then I saw a 10-year-old boy kiss a Pokemon, and I had to come home. This tunnel had zero internet, mind you, so you see, I decided to download some manga for the journey and remembered that Alex told me to read Dandadan, so of course I read it, and I just want to say, if you plan on being an anime-only watcher, you are in for the best time. Mind you, the manga was written by Yukinobu Tatsu, and if that doesn't ring a bell to you, this author was the assistant to Fujimoto, the writer of Chainsaw Man Fujimoto, a fantastic underground manga if you haven't heard of it. Also wrote Look Back, that's also becoming a movie. But making his own path as a mangaka, Yukinobu came out with Dandadan. I feel like I need to talk about it not only because it's a great manga, but also because it's a series that I didn't know I needed in my life. I honestly wasn't going to make a dedicated Dandadan video. I read the manga for something else that's coming up in the future entirely, but after reading it and catching up to the latest chapter in like 4 days, I absolutely have to make this video. Listen, I am not only emotionally tied to these characters now, I am bound to their relationships, soul tied to the friendships, and ready to see our main characters fall in love. No, this isn't a spoiler because it's not. It's not a spoiler because deep down in this crazy, insane world that's set up, Dandadan sets this up in chapter 1. This is a part of the main storyline. Dandadan is a love story, and if there's anything you can take away from me and my channel is that I love love. Dandadan is a romantic comedy in a bizarre world where you fight aliens and monsters. It's a battle shonen, I swear to you, but the reason I really like it is because it's actually a main pivotal. It's a plot point in the story, okay? I think that just makes it better. Like, yeah, the fights are sick, but you know what else is sick? Someone you love. Yeah. It's a romantic comedy where you fight aliens and monsters. Maybe that's how I should have described the series, but that would have been the biggest whiplash if you went into watching Dandadan thinking it's a rom-com, but ended up with 2 kids trying to get a boy's genitals back. Yeah, stay with me now, weirdness aside. The effectiveness of this story, it has to be because of how much you love these characters. Ken and Momo are amazing. Their chemistry together is palpable. Running away from a creepy ghost, defeating the fuck out of an alien all in one night. That's a lot to go through after just meeting someone. And their friendship and dynamic really clicked with me when they went through all of that and realized that a simple goodbye to each other wasn't enough. It's a really weird feeling when you realize that you've bonded with someone and want to spend more time with them, but you don't really know how to. Am I coming off too strong? Is that it? Do we just say goodbye and then we're back to reality? That feeling was embodied into just a single page. And Momo turns around and then says, "See you tomorrow." Those 3 words changed everything. It spoke to Ken and brought me from outer space, viewing this story in like 3rd person like a god, to the ground, into Ken's shoes. There has to be more. I want them to see each other again. I want them to talk again. There has to be more to this. What they went through together was literally terrifying. Did someone say terrifying? It's almost as terrifying as browsing the web without protection. I'm sorry, we have to do this, guys. Guys, you need a VPN. Surfshark VPN keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all the information sent between your device and the internet. That means it keeps your personal data protected from companies or people trying to steal your information. Like, okay, that's the logical stuff, but what I really like using a VPN for is to fuel my love for movies and anime. If you don't know, a VPN has the ability to swap the real location of your computer with a new one. So I use this feature to access movies and shows in other countries. Like, I watch Ghibli films on Netflix, but I can only do that if I pretend to be in London when in reality I'm in the States. I literally don't browse the internet without a VPN anymore either. It helps me get the clips to show in my videos, and most importantly overall, it just lets me browse the internet safely. Also, it has unlimited devices on top of browsing on your computer safely. It can also be on your phone as well. When you're away from home, yeah, you can be safe while using free public Wi-Fi, which is where a lot of scams happen. Surfshark also has a clean web feature that blocks ads, trackers, malware too, allowing you to just feel at ease when you're online. Like, you don't have to feel scared to like click things, you know? It makes sure that your city, country, and download history isn't linked to your identity. Whatever you're downloading, they won't know. But not to mention that they don't even actually track or store what you do in general either. Like, there's no risk in trying it high-key, and on top of that, they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so come on. So secure your privacy, click the link in the description down below and enter coupon code ENAQ for 4 months extra at surfshark.com/ENAQ. Thank you so much to Surfshark for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to it. Honestly, I feel like when writing a series with the intention of having a bunch of chaotic things, a world with a plot that's going to combine so many concepts and ideas from ghosts, spirits, aliens, to kaiju even, it would be so easy to lose control of the story and ultimately have the end result come off as something that's really surface level. Like, it's just scratching the surface of something that could be more. For example, I could talk about how I felt after watching Spy Family. It's a series that was given to us with spies, assassins, stopping a war between countries, and somehow it paid more attention to Anya's classmates rather than the original mission where Lloyd had to balance saving the world and making sure that his daughter can get intel or something, and making sure like the family is good. I don't know. I thought I signed up for a slice of life drama. Not to say that it was bad, but more that I went into it wanting more and was let down and disappointed at the end of the day. But you see, with Dandadan sticks the landing pretty much every single time, with each chapter and arc, which is kind of a miracle, really. But the thing is, miracles are inexplainable things, right? Dandadan isn't a miracle. It's just really well thought out. Dandadan just makes so much sense in a way, but that's because the author is just really good at what he does. So a lot of battle shonen series write off character depth and dialogue in place for slapstick, silly anime comedy. Sure, there's a time and place for it. Like, there are great moments because of it. I love anime comedy, like Besto Friendo. Dandadan seems to actually capture today's level of comedy, in my opinion. Gen Z humor, what being a kid is like, being able to do raunchy, vulgar jokes without degrading teens to the point that it's so obvious and like kind of goonery. But the way the two leads interact and joke is exactly how a lot of young adults joke around. Like, I can literally see myself in them saying these phrases. This isn't groundbreaking stuff, but it just shows the extra level of care that was put towards these characters and their dialogue. The extra detail that you don't really see often in this genre of anime. And I think the biggest takeaway from this series is the fact that Dandadan is goofy, but it's sincere. It's raw, it's authentic. On top of amazing arcs and villains that you come across too, every defeat feels so deserved, and the hype and reward that you get with each story beat is incredible. Honestly, I think the biggest thing that stood out for me when I saw that there was going to be an anime adaptation had to be all the color and movement that was going to be added to this series. It's bold. It's got that Mob Psycho craziness when the fights happen and the animation takes off. I'm seeing that in Dandadan, and I'd even argue that it has the heart and wholesomeness of Mob Psycho too. Wow, I miss Mob Psycho. Really, I think this is the best thing and what Dandadan really needed to just take it into like a really interesting step outside of the manga. It breathes a new life into this story, and it's going to be its own experience within itself. The manga is gritty and grounded with such detail that haunts you. The anime is bright, flashy, and will probably send electricity through your bones with the soundtrack. I can see why people may be scared that the series will lose its charm with the anime, stripping away the detail that was so wonderfully done in the manga. But manga can play to the strengths of manga, detail and shading, and anime can play its own strengths with movement and sound. I listened to Dandadan's opening before this, and it's so good. The animation studio is Science Saru, which tells me that the series is in safe hands. That studio's produced a bunch of my favorite shows and films: Devilman Crybaby, Ride Your Wave, Inu-Oh. Come on guys, Dandadan fans, we're okay, we're good. If you have the itch to read it or to watch it, it honestly doesn't matter to me. I'm just convincing you to consume it, okay? Read or watch Dandadan, it's so good. Side note, I really feel like I should mention and preface that Chapter 1 does have a sexual assault scene. Not to excuse the act or say it's okay, but they fight aliens from outer space. And it has only happened once in the manga, and I'm currently reading it, so I don't know. But with aliens, of course it plays into a very unfortunate stigma with aliens, I guess. Like, what is the thing that people think of when you would get abducted by an alien? Yeah, probing. There's an attempt on probing our main girl Momo with the aliens, but she kicks their ass. An old woman tries to take Ken's pee-pee, so that's also really bad, a really unfortunate thing, but aside from that, it's a great time. I hope you're still with me. There's also female Gojo, basically. White hair, overpowered sensei who is waifu bait, but instead of slutty eyes, it's big bahankadonkaroos. And she's just cool as hell. If you can't tell, I love Dandadan, you'll probably love Dandadan. So everyone in the comments say thank you, Alex, for making me read Dandadan. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if you're excited to watch Dandadan. It's not like I care or anything.